storygoers, and welcome back to another episode of Tales from the Cartridge, the video game storytelling podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Eric Penrod.
And I'm your other co-host, Ryan Bauer.
Oh, Ryan, we have another great time doing another great DLC episode involving just a great concept, really just something that is out of the box, no one's done before, which is, I'm hoping, a good thing. But we'll find out. But before we get into that, how are you, and what have you been playing?
I am doing well. It is a beautiful day. I am feeling pretty good. I've got a busy day ahead of me, but I'm excited. And I've been having a pretty good time. What have I been playing? V Rising, which have been playing with a group of our friends. It's being a bunch of spooky vampires. That's been very fun. A little bit of Grounded, although after we dived into V Rising, we've been playing less of that as we're kind of preparing for the 1.0 release, which I'm hoping they will talk about today in the showcase because it's owned by Xbox. So that would be really exciting. I'm excited to see if Obsidian shares a release date or anything like that. So that's exciting. And then just, as always, as every couple months, a bunch of Destiny. Season 17 is out. It's very spooky. There's cool stuff going on. They reworked the fire subclass, and it all works different in very fun and cool ways. And it's been very fun. So yeah, just some new things and some old things, and then some things I've been playing since like 2013 or 2014, which is a bit wild. But yeah. But how are you? And what have you been playing?
I'm good. We had a great time last night getting together and playing some Pandemic Legacy.
Yes.
So
yes,
it was
a
good time. We were successful with our first mission, which was awesome. That was just so much fun. So yeah, I'm very excited to keep playing that. But overall, I'm very good. So no complaints on my end. It is a beautiful day out, like you said. I went and got coffee and donuts with my dog, and he did amazing. Everyone loves him, and he was drooling everywhere because he was so excited for all the treats he got. So it was fantastic. For what I've been playing, I've been trying to play V Rising. My internet is awful, so it's making it very hard to do on the server that our friend Dave has so nicely bought to have all of us play on together. That's been a struggle. But I have been playing Skull on the Switch, which is a roguelike. It's just a lot of fun. It's about, you play this little skeleton, and you can swap different skeleton heads to get different powers. It's very challenging, and I keep going to basically the same spot to die, and it takes a while to upgrade your guy. So it's been taking longer than I would probably want to play, but I have just been in this rut of not beating any games in so long. So I'm trying to get back into the groove of like finishing a game and kind of getting back on the horse in that regard. So, but yeah, so that is what I've been playing. Hopefully, storygoers, you've been doing well yourselves. I'm playing a lot of good games. We hope that you enjoyed our last episode of the Mario Grand Prix. We worked really, really hard on that one, and I think it turned out so good.
It did, very good, yeah.
We got so lucky with the sound effects. Like, it just kind of worked out really well. The train part always kills me. I think it's, you hear the train coming from a distance, and it gets closer and closer. I love that it worked out so well. But we did so good. So yeah, very, very good job. As always, storygoers, we would love to hear your thoughts, feelings, and perspectives on any of the episodes that we've done, or on games that maybe you want us to do in the future. And you can send those to us at talesfromthecartridge@gmail.com. All of the E's are 3s. You can also check out our Instagram and Twitter. DM us, let us know what you think, and we will happily read those on the show. We also have stickers that we can send to you as a thank you. We have new ones coming in. They're really cool. They have like all the logos for like the main podcast feeds you can find us on. It looks so sick.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Maine is just gonna be covered in them. The state of Maine. Well, all of southern Maine. We don't really talk about northern Maine that much. It's like Game of Thronesy. You know what I mean? The state of Maine. I don't know if anyone knows this or not, but like North Maine and South Maine are very different places. Very different places. It's like White Walkers up north, and then normal people down south. So I hope no one in the north listens to this. I'll feel really bad. Just kidding. You're all great.
Everyone is wonderful. Yeah,
everyone's great. The state of Maine is just fantastic. So I can't really make fun of anything. We're all different in some way, shape, or form, which is a great thing. So anyway, now that I've done backpedaling, Ryan, we are doing another episode of our Wheel of Video Game Characters.
Yeah.
And as we did in April, we are going to pose a question, and then we're going to pick 2 video game characters from our wheel and debate on which one we feel would be the best in this situation. And Ryan, you came up with our situation today, which I just think is perfect for the summertime. It's perfect for kind of what's been going on. And literally, I don't think this has probably ever been talked about in video games in the history of podcasts or video game coverage or anything. I don't think this has ever been covered. So Storygoers, really, you're in for a treat. Like this is we're making history.
Groundbreaking.
Ryan.
Work.
This is the question everyone's been wanting to know, but just didn't know about it yet. So Ryan, I would love to pass this to you.
Yeah.
What was this amazing concept you came up with?
So Eric, last time for the spring, we did making picnics, really important part of the spring, and now we're thinking of the summer. In most of the country, and most of our hemisphere, it's getting warm. It's getting hot out there. Toasty. The sun is out. Global warming is making it hotter. And it's so important that you take care of yourself and you put on sunscreen. So for our matchup today, who is best at applying sunscreen? Now we can get into, as we get into talking about the characters, whether it's applying sunscreen to themselves or others, and we can we can have that conversation more at length. But the real crux of it is, it's summer, it's hot, you got to put on sunscreen. Which of these characters is good at it, and which of these characters is going to be more successful at making sure that they or the people around them are safe?
Yeah. Like if you're like a generic pirate with a hook for a hand, like you're gonna have a hard time.
Yeah.
Like, and this is another attachment that would help you, but if it's not canon, then we can't make it work. So yes. So who is the best at applying sunscreen? We'll try to get into all of the different ways that this could apply, whether it's to oneself or to someone else. Because let's be real, getting your back with sunscreen is impossible, and no one has figured that out yet. So. Like I said, I don't think anyone's ever talked about this topic in the history of video games. Hopefully, for not bad reason.
Yeah. Hopefully, we're doing a public service here.
I think we have to talk about this. These are important topics, right? We can talk about we can talk about all the games coming out this year, all the games that are announced. Everyone else is already doing that. Why even bite that bullet? I don't know if that's the right phrase. Why even do that when we can talk about sunscreen? So you know what? Let's just stop talking about it. Without further ado, let's spin this wheel. Yeah. Here we go. We're spinning the wheel. It's spinning. I might have to add the sound effect into it later. I mean, that's a good idea. I could do that. Yeah. Here we go. So we're going there, and it's Cal Kestis from Jedi Fallen Order. Is it Kestis? Kestis, right?
I think it's Kestis. Yeah. Cal Kestis.
Cal, which I would think would be so cool if he came to the Obi-Wan show. That would be so. Yeah, so I know I mentioned that last night. I would love that to happen. So we have Cal as our first. I guess I'll remove him, and then our second combatant in the sunscreen battle. It's spinning, slowing down. It better not be Tom Nook. It is. It is Solid Snake.
Okay, interesting.
Wow, what a matchup! What a matchup
indeed.
Ryan, because you have this great idea, I would love to hand it off to you first. Pick whoever you want to talk about first, and we'll just kind of jump into it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start with Cal Kestis for you, because what came to mind with him is he has hands. He has all of his hands, unlike many Jedi and Force wielders, he has all of his limbs, and he fully functional, can use them. He also has the benefit of the Force, where he could use that to apply sunscreen to himself or others. He lifts a globule of sunscreen and pops it on somewhere. He can, did I get my back? I'm not sure. Let me close my eyes and through the power of the Force sense what if my body is covered with sunscreen or not. And I think that's going to be such an advantage over many other folks to have that ability to not only be able to, without using, has full use of his hands, could just apply it normally if need be, can do it, baseline. But on top of that, can use the Force. On top of that, can also use the power of the Force to sense, did I get my back? Did I get the back of my neck? What was missing? The only downside, I would say, is I I don't know, like, how available sunscreen is in the galaxy. I don't know how difficult that would be. There's a lot of planets where it's very, very hot and there's multiple suns. I don't know what kind of SPF you need for those kind of places and how helpful that's going to be. Maybe this is outside the purview of this question, but those are some challenges I think he's going to come to. And not a lot of friends to help him because he's only got a couple. Kinda. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know how much sunscreen they need or use. That being said, he does have a friend with many arms who could probably help him with that. So,
oh, for sure. I mean, that's just a benefit of Cal. Yeah, for sure. I mean, what do you think it feels like to have the Force? Okay, this is gonna sound bad. Yeah, everyone, hear me out. Okay, don't go there. Okay, I'm being serious, and this very serious question. What do you think it feels like for the Force to kind of rub against you? Is it like prickly? Does it feel like smooth?
Yeah, I mean, and what a great question, because Obi-Wan Kenobi just answered this for us in the TV show, right? It feels like when you're surrounded in darkness and the lights turn on, and it's kind of comforting. It's kind of comforting. Right. It's like a night. It's like a warm, like, I'm glad the lights are on. It was a little spooky down here. I was imagining a monster behind me, right? So again, I don't know how that applies to like the sunscreen situation, because obviously I don't know how that works. I also don't know, like, depending on how strong that sunscreen is it Force blocking? Can you no longer access the Force through like this thick aluminum based sunscreen? I don't know.
Is it aluminum based? Oh my god!
There is some sunscreens that have metal bases, yeah. But yeah, so more questions, more things to work through, yeah.
I think you make such solid points, Ryan. I really have a hard time seeing the downside to Cal, if I'm being real with you.
Yeah.
I think just applying the Force, the amount he can literally put sunscreen on two different people at the same time.
Yeah.
With one with each hand rubbing sunscreen on people, and that obviously there's consent involved. This is a little weird, but yeah, this is all. And we're just saying this for the record for the whole episode. There's always consent involved with these scenarios.
Yeah, in all these situations. If
someone wants sunscreen on their back, they're asking for it. Like,
yeah.
They are asking and then getting permission. Cal's getting, everyone's getting permission. So
yeah, you're in a room with all these characters, and you're asking, "Hey, can you apply sunscreen for me, Cal Kestis?" Yeah, of course. Let me help you with that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? In all of these situations, that is assumed that you are asking for consent from these individuals.
See, okay, so I'm going to move to Snake if you're cool with that.
Please do. I'm really interested in this.
Now, I think Snake is a very smart character, right? Snake knows how to infiltrate things. He knows how to kind of like set the pace. He knows how to he's sneaky. So like, I guess my main question is, do you want a sneaky person rubbing sunscreen on you? That's my main question. That seems a little sus to me. He always has a full body suit on, so he really doesn't have to worry about getting burned. He's usually in the dark too. I mean, not always, obviously. He's not always in the dark. But I mean, I'm sure when it comes to applying sunscreen, he's very meticulous. I'm sure he gets, if it's like a mission, if it was a mission, he's like, Snake, I need you to apply sunscreen. He's like, okay, boss, I got it. Like, I'm sure he could do it very well. I'm sure that's fine. But I don't know. Like, but then like, would it jeopardize his mission? His hands get all slippery, right? He's wearing a full bodysuit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Is this person? I would say these people probably equally have less experience with sunscreen, though Snake probably has. And I've never played. I mean, I've played Metal Gear Solid 5. That's the only Metal Gear I've played. So I'm not 100% on this, but I would really bet that there is no game where Snake had to apply sunscreen to himself, so it's never in his inventory, so he's never prepared for it. So does he have a lot of experience? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We don't know.
Ryan, I feel personally I have an answer. I don't know about you.
I mean, the only hang up here I have, Eric, with when you said Solid Snake is very sneaky, and you're talking about how sneaky he was. I am a person. I don't know if you know this about me, Eric. I am a person who does not like. I am a person. Yes. One, am person. Two, I do not like the feeling of sunscreen on my body. I hate it. I hate that sensory experience. Yep. If I could say to Snake, I want you to apply this on me without me even realizing it. Ooh. And he's able to do that, I don't have to go through the experience of feeling it on my skin and having that oily grossness. All of a sudden, I'm just protected without realizing. Personally, I would appreciate that.
Yeah. No, you're right. What if it does feel weird for the Force to be like pushing on, like, rubbing lotion on you? What if it feels weird, like a creepy old man?
Exactly.
That's what I think. The force, can you imagine the feeling of the force is just a creepy old man?
The creepy old man.
Lotion on you.
Yeah. And, I mean, we haven't seen situations where the force has done, like, fine motor things. It's grab stuff. It's lifted big, heavy stuff. I'm sure it can. Like, I think maybe in the game there's some, like, manipulation with lightsabers or something, but I think you're using your hand. But it's tricky. I still think I have a clear winner here, I think, but I don't want to discount Sneaky Sunscreen. I think Sneaky Sunscreen has its benefits.
I make a good point. I think Sneaky Sunscreen, like, I think my worry with Snake though is that he would probably, like, knock me out. Apply sunscreen as much of a knocked out body. Though I've given him consent to apply sunscreen on my back, and then I will wake up hours later after the sun has already gone down, wondering what happened to my day. You know, that'd be my worry. Mission accomplished, yes, but was it really?
Right. He went for that non-lethal run. He hit all his objectives, but you've missed the beach party that you're excited to go to.
He killed the vibe.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's a good point. That is a good worry. Okay, I think I feel kind of pretty confident then about a winner here.
Yeah, same. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Cal
Kestis. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It
has to be. I mean, like, just the added benefit of just the force being used on you, just to experience that at least once in your life would just be awesome. You know, does it hurt you a little bit more than it should? Probably, but hey, then you can at least say, I felt the force.
Right.
Which I don't know if you really want to say out loud, but at least you can feel it. You know, you know it to yourself, so that's important. Snake, all due respect to him, he knows his stuff. He's professional, but I just don't trust his.
Yeah, I think in a different matchup he could have been more successful, but I think Cal Kestis is a really good first pick for this sunscreen applying.
And then he could, by the way, totally off topic, or not off topic, but he can just grab a giant glob of sunscreen, just like, done.
Exactly.
Just the shape of your body, probably. Just,
mold it like to you.
Yep. Yeah. It's just the right answer. I mean, if you think Snake, then more power to you, but you're wrong. Okay. So anyway, all right. So Cal is our first winner of three matches, right?
Yeah. So
let's jump to our second match. We'll spin the wheel of video games. We're spinning it, it's spinning. The sound effects in it, hopefully, maybe not. The next person is Gordon Freeman from the Half-Life series. Interesting. Can you apply sunscreen with a crowbar? I'm not sure. We'll find out. Let's pick our second person first, though, before we discuss it. It's spinning. Who will it be? I really hope it's Octodad. It'd be hilarious. The next one is Ori from Ori.
Oh,
interesting. The Blind Forest.
Okay.
Right? Ori and the Blind Forest? Yes.
Yeah.
I'll never say I got it wrong. Interesting. Now, Ryan, you have more experience with Ori. I still have not played it yet. I've seen a little bit of it.
Yeah.
So you might know better than me. And actually, you know more about Gordon Freeman than I do as well. So you're going to be fantastic in this one.
I'm going to do my best. I have some ideas for both of these individuals. I think there are some pros and cons to both.
Please, by all means, I will let you take it away.
I'll start with Ori. Ori, very agile, also kind of magical, has all kind of incredible power, can like just move super quickly. Like could apply sunscreen very quickly, very deftly, do a lot of jumps and dives and magic and really, really incredible thing. The only challenge with Ori is if you go by the sizes in the game, Ori is very small. Like we're talking 2 to 3 inches small, which is going to make it really hard to apply sunscreen. It's going to take some time. You're going to have to be there a while. Now she's going to move
inches tall.
So in the game, like you interact with like a bear, and you're like the size of its like part of its nose. You interact with like birds, but you're like they're massive, right? The big bad in the game is an owl. It's just a regular sized owl, but it's very scary and powerful. And my sizes might be a little bit off there, but it's still a small. Like we're talking at least certainly less than 6 inches. which is still pretty small. It's going to take some time. Now, as I previously said, and as you'll see in game experiences, Ori can do cool flips, Ori can shoot through the air, Ori can blast with this like really nice, cool, good magic, light magic, and all kinds of really cool stuff. But it's going to take some time. It's going to take a little bit of time to Ori to get there. So Ori's going to be... But Ori will be able to do it with incredible accuracy. He's going to be able to see all those little spots that you know, somebody with larger, faster moving body may miss. And I also think, like, from what we've seen with Ori's like a pretty caring individual. He cares about the people around them, is going to take care of others, has sacrificed themselves multiple times, right, to save the people that they care about. So you know they're going to be dedicated and do a great job.
So small but agile.
Small but agile, yeah. And cares a whole lot.
And cares a whole lot, which is nice. But probably, I mean, lives in a forest where there's not a whole lot of sunlight peeking through, I imagine.
True. Does live in a forest, has never applied sunscreen before. Again, we've gotten lucky so far. All these individuals have all their limbs. No one is missing any limbs. Ori has 2 hands, 2 feet, and I think a tail. I think Ori has a tail. I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure tail.
But, you know, important to know. We don't know, though, like, with Solid Snake and with Calcestus, they are human-like, so we know the sunscreen we use isn't going to harm them. We don't know with Ori being like a small forest spirit how that's going to impact Ori's experience.
Yeah. I mean, with all the agility in the world, like, it's going to take a while to cover someone's back with sunscreen if you're that tiny.
Yeah, exactly, certainly. And, like, yeah, it's a lot of movement. It's going to take some time. It's certainly something you're going to want to start an hour ahead of time, because you're not going to want to, well, you know, put it to chance. But, you know, it'll be a nice experience, I think.
Wait, why?
You know, it's you got these small, gentle hands, just, you know, slowly applying across your body. You know, you got leaps and jumps, and, you know, it's a nice, true. It's a nice forest spirit, right? So it has this like. As Ori, you know, touches grass, it is brought back to life, you know. So I'm sure there's some kind of like, almost like revitalization of the skin. Like maybe there's some moisturizing happening at the same time. I don't know.
You never know. You're right.
Yeah, Ori's magical. Ori's a magical little being. So you just don't know. Compared to like the mundane of what Gordon Freeman.
Right, and I think when you think of Gordon Freeman's a pretty normal dude. He's very smart, I think, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's a pretty normal guy. He's very smart. So, like, could he come up with... I mean, I can't think of... Is there any weapons that you can think of, Ryan, in the game that would benefit from...
I mean, maybe sunscreen? Like a gravity gun. You could pick up the sunscreen and just shoot the bottle at someone, and that would get some coverage, I think. But I don't know the accuracy of it.
Well, could you, like, pick up, like, if you, like, squared a pile of sunscreen on the ground and used the gravity gun to pick up and then shoot that, do you think that would work?
That might work. I don't know if in the context of the game that's ever done. Oftentimes you're throwing solid objects. But, I mean, possibly. I don't see why not. It creates, like, this gravity thing. It's almost like a force, but it's a gun. But it does shoot the projectiles very fast, so it might feel a bit like a paintball hitting your body. Yeah.
I mean, I would probably take a paintball feeling to my body to just be done applying sunscreen. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But
so important.
Right. Yep. Yeah, see, I don't really have a whole lot going. I feel like Gordon's real edge here is that he is the same size as a typical human being.
Right. And
yeah.
You know, Black Mesa facility is in, like, Arizona, I think, or Nevada, or New Mexico. It's in a place that's hot. It's in the United States. You could argue that he has applied sunscreen before. He's done it. He is a pale white dude in, you know, the American Southwest. He's probably applied sunscreen before.
Yeah.
At some point. Or, you know, he has... I would assume so. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I think the only thing that would worry me about Gordon Freeman is that he is so screwed up from this alien invasion and killing things. I would worry that he's gotten so used to using a crowbar as hard as he can that he would be rough applying sunscreen. Like it's like slapping you on the back and just like way too rough. Way too rough.
Right. He's got other things on his mind. He's like, I'm here applying your sunscreen, but what about all the people who need me? What about City 7T? What about the world? There's a lot of other stuff going on that he's maybe not going to be really taking the time that I think Ori would, even though it's going to take some time. Cannot overstate. It's going to take some time. But yeah, that's a good point.
All right, I think I'm ready, Ryan.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I think so. It's tough. It's a tough one.
This is a tough one. Surprisingly, this is a tough one.
I think this one maybe for me is a little bit even harder than the last one. In some ways.
Oh, for sure. For sure. With the question of it being the best at the application, of sunscreen, right? Yeah. So it's you can see it in two different ways for sure. Yeah. Man, are you ready?
Oh man, yeah, I think so.
Okay, all right. 3, 2, 1. Gordon.
Ori.
Oh no!
No, we got to split. We got a split decision here.
Okay, all right.
Do you go with thought? Go ahead. Yeah, please. Go ahead.
No, please don't. You go first.
I was just gonna ask. Tell me why. Tell me your justification of why Gordon. I want to hear about it.
I think so. From my perspective, right? I think if it's involving the application of sunscreen, we're looking at effectiveness.
I see what you're saying.
Like not taking forever. And while Ori would be amazing to watch, like jumping off your shoulder, flipping around, shooting whatever, like I think that'd be cool. But at the same time, it would take forever. And I think that show of agility would get boring pretty fast. Yeah, and I would just be like, "Can someone else apply this so I can like go to the beach and not lose all my time? Like I could be doing something else."
Right.
I think Gordon, like, even though he has his like weird aperture suit on all the time and like definitely has some PTSD going on, I feel like he can just like, "Hey, Gordon, like I just really need this like 5-second thing done. Can you just get my back for me?" I think he can just be done and move on. But I'm not saying that Ori's bad by any means. I just think I think Ori would just take too long.
I see what you mean. I mean, I think when we look at the metric here of applying sunscreen, a success is that you have sunscreen on your body and you're ready. You have good coverage, sunscreen on your body, and you're ready to go. See, when you said that, I was like, well, which is going to be a more pleasant experience? But that I don't think is necessarily what's important. So I think, because I think Ori's would be maybe more pleasant. It would take longer, but it's more pleasant. But if the metric is sunscreen application, who is most successful? I do think you're right. It would be Gordon Freeman. I do think you're right.
I want to be Ori so bad. I want to be Ori.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
All right. Well, Gordon Freeman moves on, is the winner of this match. Sorry, Ori. I hope you take well. Good job. Good luck saving your forest or whatever. Yeah. So now we move on.
Gotta keep going.
Keep going. Sorry, Ori. Get out of here. I would just be so scared of stepping on Ori. We're big people. We could step on. And I would feel awful. I would just feel, if I crushed Ori, I would just feel absolutely awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Total side note. Our third and final match, as I spin the wheel of this beautiful wheel of characters. Yup, winging that one. As it stops on Marcus Phoenix from Gears of War. That is a wild one.
Wow, what a pull.
That is going to be a very difficult one. And as we spin the wheel again, it's slowing down, The winner is Diddy Kong from the Donkey Kong series. It was almost Booker DeWitt, and I really wanted it so bad. It was a centimeter, if that, or a millimeter of almost Booker, and it wasn't. It's Diddy Kong.
It wasn't.
What a matchup!
Wow.
What a matchup!
What a wild,
very different characters.
Yeah.
So Ryan, may I start?
Please do. These characters, Marcus Phoenix, I'm bringing up the wiki because I have other than like big beefy boy from a big beefy game. That's all I got. Diddy Kong,
hardcore.
I know. Marcus Phoenix, I have nothing. So please, either of these, you jump in. I'm happy to help fill in the gaps.
I have played the first 2 Gears with my brother in the past. It's been many, many years. I have not played any of the recent ones. What I will say, though, is you're right, Ryan. He's a big, beefy boy.
Yeah.
Very hardcore beefy boy. That's why I keep saying beefy boy. And he's a brutal hardcore beefy boy who will just like, he can just crush skulls. He steps on people's, he curb stomps easily. He's grinding people with his chainsaw gun. I don't know the name of the gun. Don't sue me, please. I'm sorry. Into people. Like, he is brutal. His arms are bigger than the size of our heads probably combined. Like, he is just he probably can't even, like, he is so huge he probably cannot effectively wipe himself after using the bathroom. Well, let's be real. I'm going to be real with you, okay? Ryan is... Story goes, you can't see our document as we keep updating it. Ryan wrote the following 3. Big beefy boy, naturally. Brutal, and then can't reach his butt. All very important. I feel like if I'm trusting somebody to help me with sunscreen, can you imagine if he presses his hand, what he feels like is gently against my back and just crushes my spine? Yeah. I'm not saying he's super strong or superhuman strength. I mean... Maybe you could argue he kind of does, actually. I think, is he effective? Is he a good leader? Yes, 100%. Like, if he has a mission, he succeeds in doing it, which is fantastic. So if you had to get sunscreen applied to you by Marcus Phoenix, I think it would get done. I would worry about the effectiveness of how much blood I would retain after it was over. I would just be very nervous that he would accidentally kill me in some way. And I don't know if he would really feel it that much. I don't think he really care, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He himself, I would question, has a lot of PTSD also. Video game characters just all have PTSD in some way, shape, or form, I'm going to just say. So that's what I think Marcus Phoenix is all about. Does he care about people? Yes. Does he show love in some ways? I think so, if I remember correctly. But I do worry about his ability to just easily kill also massive, muscular, alien creature things. I worry about him touching me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on Marcus, or do you want to jump into Diddy? I feel weird talking about Marcus.
I mean,
so
much. That's the thing. I don't know. First question: does Marcus have all his hands and legs? Just to confirm,
he does.
He does have hands
and
legs.
I believe so.
Okay.
At least in the first 2 games, he does. I'm going to say yes.
He does have hands and legs, and he is a human. Correct.
He is a human. You wouldn't know it if he was an actual human in the world. He would look horrifying. Yeah. But technically, yes. In the video game, he is a human.
Yeah, I was looking up as I was doing some googling around. He apparently has a Dave Bautista skin, which like once that clicks with me. Oh. Dave Bautista, like Marcus Phoenix, like them, they similar. Like I can more kind of envision his massive spooky size. Okay.
I want to stop really fast, Ryan, if that's okay. I just want to clarify. If somehow, some way, the odds are probably like 0.00001%, but you never know, Ryan, just in case. Mm-hmm. I'm going to just say this in case this is reality and actually happening. Dave Bautista, if you are listening right now, I totally think you can wipe your own ass. I don't question it. That's not what I was saying. I'm sure you're much different than Marcus Phoenix, so definitely don't feel that way about you. Don't kill me. All right. So Ryan, I said that. I guess like I'm dying like he's there. Yeah. Ryan, Diddy Kong, Kong, silly funny, climbs very well.
Got a tail, got all his hands and legs.
Got a tail. Oh, Ryan, can you imagine? Epiphany. He just holds the sunscreen with his tail as he's jumping up and applying it to you. He's good at climbing. You just put your arms out. He's hanging out of your arms. He's putting the sunscreen on you, squirting it with his tail. Yeah. Like, he gives you a nice banana for the potassium.
Yeah.
Diddy Kong, he seems like a nice guy. He seems like a nice kid. Good head on his shoulders. And he's crafty. He's crafty. He has a jetpack made of wood. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, it doesn't need
not
fuel.
Effective at this though. I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, in Super Smash Brothers, it really is just like a rocket that kind of fires up. It's hard to control.
But there's also that OG N64 game where you played the very different members of Donkey Kong's family. Mm-hmm. And Diddy Kong, you could use a jetpack in that, no?
Oh, I don't know. I only know the DK rap song. That's all I know. I never
Oh, you know
played
from that game.
DK, Donkey Kong.
It's a very good rap. Yeah.
It's a good rap. It's a really good rap.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong is here. No, it's cool. I don't know. I mean, but then again, it's kind of going back to our last matchup where Diddy Kong is much smaller than Marcus Phoenix. I mean, Marcus Phoenix might get it done more.
True. He just like takes
because
his massive beefy hands
massive
and
hands.
boom, you're done.
But again, I question how clean are those hands. I really question that. Question that.
Right.
I would worry that I would be terrified. I would trust Diddy Kong's hands more than Marcus Phoenix's hands.
Yeah, I mean, I will say a downside to Diddy Kong is, and a benefit to Marcus here, Diddy Kong is covered with fur. Does not need to apply sunscreen to his own body. Has never had to. And if he did, it would just kind of mat up his skin. With clean hands, Diddy Kong, I don't know if knows what soaps is. Don't know if he knows how to wash anything, including his hands.
That's so true. Monkeys do throw their own feces.
They do sometimes. They do that sometimes. But I've never seen Diddy Kong do that. He wears a hat and a does he wear a shirt, like a half shirt or something like that as well?
I think he
or just
does.
a hat?
Yeah.
I
think
so I mean, I think maybe there's some you know, you I don't know if you can compare them 1-to-1 to the monkeys we have in our world. But I do think Diddy Kong would be a less kind of rough experience. And he has that extra appendage of a tail. Like you said, you could imagine him using that tail to spray and then rub at the same time. And he is smaller, but he's not, you know, he's a couple feet. So he's not it's not the worst. It's not terrible.
I mean, he can literally drive his own go-kart. So he's good with his hands. You know, like he even has a little like a little wooden gun he shoots.
Yeah.
Like pellets or
bananas and stuff out of, right?
Bananas and he shoots something out of it. Something jungly. So you just load that with sunscreen and boom. Like I don't know if it might hurt, but again, you have to ask yourself. I'm not saying Diddy Kong throws his own feces. Let's be real, but you know, you also don't know if he. I mean, that's not part of the game, but you never know what happens behind the scenes. So really, it's a matchup of like whose hands are the least worst to touch.
Which would you rather have Marcus's hands all over your back applying sunscreen or Diddy Kong? That's tricky. I do have to ask, and maybe we should cut this. How old is Diddy Kong, Eric? Maybe we should cut this.
Ryan, it's just the back. We're just talking about the back.
I understand that.
Our own backs. I'm not trying to advocate for anything.
So the Diddy Kong, the first time Diddy Kong was out was 25 years ago. So I think we're good. Even
I
if
hope so. I mean,
yeah.
This kind of goes into that classic. I don't even want to say this anymore. I'll say the classic anime trope of the very young looking character who's thousands of years old, and you have to ask yourself, does this seem okay? Does this seem wrong still?
Okay, maybe that's outside of the purview of this experience. We can cut all that.
I don't know. I'm sorry, it just came to mind. Yes,
but
I think I don't know. Again, size is important, but I feel like the size differentials are not in the same scope as the last matchup because literally Ori is very, very like, super tiny, whereas Diddy Kong is probably like up to at least our knees, right? Or maybe taller than that if he really tries. So, like, and again, great climber, doesn't need to he can just kind of get on your shoulders and help you. But then again, Marcus Phoenix is probably taller than us.
That's what I go back to. If we go to effectiveness, if like you have 30 seconds, who can apply the most sunscreen? Go. I think Marcus is going to get more spots quicker than Diddy Kong just because of his massive, powerful hands that he's like really quickly applying that sunscreen all over your body. Marcus Phoenix,
crush you.
He could crush you though. He could crush you. He could crush your body. There is no doubt about that. But you would be protected from the sun.
You would be. Your dead body would be protected from the sun. You're right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow, this is the hardest one for me. Honestly, I can't really.
Yeah.
I think I know who I want to pick. I think I feel it in my bones. I am ready, but no rush. Do you feel like you have an idea of who you want to pick? I see you typing.
I was just seeing if there's any other Marcus Phoenix info I can get, because I know
Look
nothing.
Up any gifts, and you'll see the brutality that he can cause with his... it goes back to SpongeBob. Big, meaty claws.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's also one of those things, like, he is a person who, for for a long period of time, has only known how to murder things and has been murdering things. I mean, you ask him to apply sunscreen, maybe he's in like, what are you talking about? There's spooky monsters out there. I'm not gonna... This is not important. The sun could hurt you, yeah, but that spooky bug thing's gonna rip your head off. So maybe he wouldn't even take this seriously. Right. Okay, I think I have a choice. This one is a bit up in the air for me. I think it could go either way, but I think I have a choice.
This will probably be our most conflicting, or thought provoking one, and I'm sure some of the storygoers are going to disagree. But it is what it is. Yeah. And if they want to say their piece, they could write into our show. We'll talk about it, and we'll give them a free sticker as a thank you. So thank you so much, storygoers. Okay, are you ready, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Awesome. All right, 3, 2, 1. Diddy Kong.
Yeah.
I know Marcus is our size. He's probably bigger than us. And honestly, with his 2 hands, he probably would wipe it down and be fine. I think that covering a large area easily, Marcus would win. But I think for getting all the nooks and crannies, I don't think Marcus could do it. I think maybe his hands are too big. And I think, he would crush us. But I think Diddy Kong might even be, I would argue, more effective because, again, he has his tail. He can hold the sunscreen in his tail. He's very good at climbing, so it's probably easy to hang off your shoulders. Puts the sunscreen on, gets it kind of everywhere he needs to. And then you tip him with a banana. And I'm sure he would appreciate that. Yeah. He would appreciate that. I don't know. It's hard to know for sure. I think we're correct. But again, if anyone wants to come at us, they can write into talesfromthecartridge@gmail.com. All the E's are 3s, and you can let us know what you think, and we'll happily talk about it on our show to get a free sticker. So thank you.
Exactly. We have created a system which you disagree with us. We have a active route for you. We've empowered you and given you an outlet for that disagreement, and then we'll reward you for that disagreement. So I think we're in the clear there.
In all seriousness, too, I know we're being silly with this right now, but in all seriousness, too, that's what I think one of the best things about this podcast is. One of our goals is just being able to talk about our perspectives without feeling like we have to jump down each other's throats or prove something to each other. Like we can agree to disagree, though we end up coming to a conclusion for each one of these matches because it's silly too. But again, if someone writes in with a different perspective than ours, and I feel like we're two open-minded people, I would 100% admit if I felt like my perspective changed and they were right 100%. And I also feel comfortable saying that I think they're wrong still, and that not that they're wrong, but that I disagree respectfully, and that it is what it is, and there's no shame in that. We don't have to force other people to see our perspectives and agree with us. You just agree to disagree, and that's kind of the fun of it. So
yeah, and I also think if Dave Bautista would like to demonstrate and come up with sunscreen on us and show us how good he can do, we're open to that as well, I think. And Dave would take that into account and change our ruling if he did it successfully.
Okay. Dave, I know we all know you're listening. So if you are ready to come on the show, I have a nice den in my apartment that you're more than welcome to stay in. It's on the 3rd floor. That sucks, but it's nice. It's in southern Maine. So it's anyway, prime location. I'm saying come on over. We'll all go to the beach. You put sunscreen on us, it'll be a great time. It'll be fantastic.
Yeah, and we're happy to
no regrets.
to put out some type of public statement saying that we got this wrong, and Dave Bautista showed us the errors of our ways, and Marcus would have done better than Diddy Kong. And if you want, Dave, you could also you come and then bring a monkey, and we'll do both of those things, and we'll have a definitive answer, I think. But that's
so Dave, all you gotta do is come to Maine, bring a monkey, we'll take you to the beach, and we'll see who's right. Yeah, we'll see who's right.
See who's more successful here. Yeah, exactly.
It's just a huge incident. The monkey goes wild. Dave is afraid of monkeys, and we're losing our minds.
We lose the monkey in Maine somewhere, and some cause some ecological disaster. It'll be a whole
Dave
thing.
Gets hurt. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is postponed. It's all our fault.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hey, but you know what they say? There's no such thing as bad publicity.
That's true.
So
for our podcast specifically in that situation.
For our podcast.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into this. Is the finals.
The finals.
This is it.
Yeah.
Ryan, would you like to announce the winners of the previous matches before we discuss who wins it all?
Yeah. So we have our 3 finalists: Cal Kestis, Gordon Freeman, and Diddy Kong. Those are our 3 previous winners who are going to go head to head, and then we're going to decide who would be the best at applying sunscreen.
Now, I will say, I'm excited. I've been most excited for this part because last time, Ryan, when we talked, spoiler alert, if you didn't listen to our last character wheel, you're about to learn who the winner was for that. But I did not expect Tom Nook to win Best Picnic Maker. So you never know what's going to happen in the finals. My first thought is still the Force. The Force is huge, right? The Force is a big deal. Yeah. Like, I feel like Cal is in the lead right now because, like, if Cal did not have the Force, I feel like this would be a much more equal fight. But that being said, right? That being said, is it hard to hold sunscreen and evenly apply it on your back when you have someone like Gordon Freeman who just naturally put it on you, right? Yeah. Or Diddy Kong who kind of hang off you and effectively have sunscreen in his tail to squirt in both hands as he kind of gets everywhere. So
yeah, we almost have like this sliding scale of just a dude, just this like 30-year-old man putting sunscreen on your back.
You talking about me?
No, I'm talking about Gordon Freeman. We have this spectrum of strange, where we have Gordon Freeman, 30-year-old man, putting sunscreen on your back. We have Cal Kestis, mid-20s to 30s man, could use his hands, could also use the Force. And then we have a monkey with a tail. So we have this like sliding scale of strange in which what is going to be the most effective. And if you're going to be out in the sun for hours and hours, which is going to be the most successful and keep you safest the longest? Because I also think you have to take into account that coverage is important, and making sure it's properly applied is important. And then making sure, that time, because, we don't want to be wasting a lot of time getting that sunscreen. We want it to be quick, we want it to be effective, and we want it to be successful at protecting us. So which of these 3 individuals is going to get us there?
Do you think Gordon... So I'm putting myself as a 31-year-old person who... I'm putting myself in Gordon's shoes.
Yeah.
Because now I'm realizing we're the same age, which kind of sucks to realize.
I don't actually... I think he may be, like, in game-wise, even younger.
You gotta be kidding me.
Hold on, let me... so in Half-Life... in the first Half-Life, I think he was 27. And he was frozen in time, and then hundreds of years later was like unfrozen in time. So there's a bit of weird time stuff going on, but he is age-wise 27 years old.
He does not look 20. I'm sorry, but he looks... I'm sorry, no offense, Gordon. I don't think you're listening. Yeah. Dave, you look so young, but Gordon, no, 27. I don't think so. I put myself in Gordon's shoes. It might come off as a little bit uncomfortable to be applying sunscreen to somebody. I don't know. Something about Gordon, I just feel like he would be uncomfortable with this idea. Or maybe I'm just projecting onto him. Whereas Cal is... not saying Gordon's not, but like Cal's just very... like he spoiler alert for Jedi Fallen Order if you haven't played it. Not really, but like you see him grow and get more confident throughout the game. So like you have this like confident guy. He's young. He's kind of hip. I would say he's pretty hip in the Star Wars universe. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time.
It's okay.
Getting my thoughts together. This is hard.
I will posit this, and this is something that I don't want to always fall back to, but this is something we talked about last time. If we look at these 3 characters, Cal Kestis has a whole lot going on. He's busy. He's got no spoilers, but he's got stuff to do. Gordon Freeman, busy. His people around him are dying a lot, and he's got to go save the world. Diddy Kong's just kind of go-karting and hanging out. I think like
he's kind of saving stuff. Sorry,
but the stakes are different. I would say the stakes are different.
Ryan, deforestation's a real thing. I don't know if you know.
It is, but I don't know if Diddy Kong is fighting deforestation exclusively.
He could be.
He could be.
In the tropical freeze one, it's all frozen.
That's true. But I can see a Diddy Kong mini game where you're applying sunscreen to a creature before he goes into the ocean. He rewards you with like some kind of gem or something, or like a banana or something, and that feels like it could exist.
Everyone just has a banana to give him.
Yeah, and I'm not saying we want to fall back on this every time because every game character is busy and has stuff to do. But it's just important to keep in mind that like 10 minutes of Cal Kestis' time and 10 minutes of Gordon Freeman's time and 10 minutes of Diddy Kong's time, they are different. And also, Gordon Freeman has a PhD. His time is worth more because of that PhD. He has
I don't know about that. I'm sorry. I get all these people who are like, I'm a doctor. It's like, no, you're a doctor in English. Stop it. Like, I don't know. I shouldn't say that, but
no, it's okay. I hear you. I'm just saying, like, this person understands like how science works in a way that I think the other two don't, and could maybe invent or create or like do something to the sunscreen in such a way that it would last like 30 years or something.
Oh, do you want sunscreen on your skin for 30 years? Oh, that sounds like torture.
No, but if I only had to apply sunscreen once every 30 years, that would be pretty good, I think.
Yeah, but then what if you get like the sunscreen feel on your skin for 30
that
years?
I would hate that. I would
Ugh.
hate that. Yeah, I would hate that.
I mean, you make a good point. I hear what you're saying. If I didn't feel the sunscreen on me, I would 100% be about that.
Yeah.
But if you smelled sunscreen all like for 30 years and like felt that on your like the top layer of your skin, like bleh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Do we want to? I forget what we did last time. Should we eliminate one?
Well, we did elimination last time. Yeah, we started eliminating them. It's tricky. This is a tough one, but yeah, we can start. We can eliminate someone first and narrow it down.
I think. Well, and before we jump to that, I wanted to say something because you made me think of something in terms of everyone's time, right?
Yeah.
It also goes to how patient of a person are they, right? Can they, when they have a task, take the time they need to finish it, or are they going to rush it to keep moving forward, or are they going to just lollygag and not? I just use the word lollygag. I'm in my 30s, so I can use that word now. So don't come at me. Yeah. Or are they going to just lollygag and not do it very fast at all? You know what I mean? Like, what is their personality type that's going to lead to this? So, like, for Cal, he explored a Jedi temple, and he had to be patient with that. For Gordon, he has to kind of race through and kill these aliens and kind of keep himself alive, which is really fast paced. And for Diddy Kong, he's kind of everywhere, right in between that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I certainly think if you go for the patience, I mean, Cal, like a good portion of his life was dedicated to calm, slow meditation. We need to make sure, you know what I mean, where we understand.
Staying safe and hidden.
Yeah. So I think there is certainly something to be said there. I certainly am feeling, even with all the arguments I'm making, Cal still feels like very strong.
Very strong. Very strong. Yeah. All right. I think I know who I want to eliminate.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I think I know.
All right. Do we want to do 1, 2, 3? Say it. Do you want to just say it and then I'll say my feeling? How do you want to do it?
Do you have a strong feeling? Are you stuck?
I could go either way. I think it's being convinced one way or the other about who to be eliminated with, but I could go either way. And I mean, I will say the fact that I could go either way means I have one individual who I'm holding higher than the others, and maybe that's just the answer. Maybe that's just the answer then.
I have a feeling that's the same case as I. So if I want to eliminate someone, if I say who it is, will you? I know you're gonna do this, but I just want to say it for context. But obviously you'll tell me if you agree, or if you disagree, you'll be honest and
of course,
say you disagree. And all that. I know you would.
Yeah, of course.
Just want to make sure everyone knows.
No, of course.
I think between two human beings and a monkey, no offense to Diddy Kong, I feel like conceptualizing I need this done effectively, it would go over Diddy's head. And he's kind of silly and goofy and wacky in his choices of things to use to be effective are a little explosive and dangerous. So I would feel maybe Diddy Kong between the three of them is probably the least capable of being the most effective at applying sunscreen.
Diddy Kong was my, I would feel comfortable eliminating as well for that same reason.
Yeah.
He's got that tail. That's great. That's really cool. Helpful. But Gordon Freeman and Cal Kestis have hands and opposable thumbs that they know how to use and could have used to do things similar to Sunscreen. Yeah, Diddy Kong does. You're correct there, but like,
but not good ones.
Sure, yeah. But yeah, and if I had to communicate to Diddy Kong, hey Diddy Kong, I just need some sunscreen, just a little bit on my back. Make sure you get my shoulders and my neck, and then behind my ears, my nose, like those things. I think that you're right in saying Diddy Kong's gonna be like, I don't know what you're saying. I'm just gonna hit you with sunscreen and then shoot you with something like, you know what I mean? Maybe that's not as successful. So okay, so Diddy Kong, we're gonna get Diddy Kong out of here.
He'd expect like a banana for a tip, and I don't carry bananas on me. Like I'm not that kind of person. So like, then I'm in trouble. So yeah, sorry, Diddy Kong is third. Sorry, Storygoers, and especially if someone wanted them to win. Dave, if you want Diddy Kong, I'm sorry. Nothing personal. You're good. So now we're just between Cal and Gordon, and honestly, Ryan, I think we're already in the same boat.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. It's just let's just be honest. Why milk it when it's already
exactly
milk?
Because like when we were talking about that, no, that it can be now. Because when we were saying that, I was like, I don't think it should. I think Diddy Kong could go, but if Gordon Freeman won as well, I think it'd be okay with that. And as soon as I thought that, I was like, oh, well then why are we still having this argument? We both have one that we know we want to win, or that we think will be more successful here.
I think if I'm between the two, let's be real. One has the Force. Yeah. One is just cool.
Yeah.
One, after they apply the sunscreen, I could try their lightsaber if they're open to it. Like, not saying that should be a part of it, but like, let's be real here. That's a possibility. Yeah. Like, let's be. This is not part of the conversation. This is more of a joke. But like, can you imagine? Who would you rather have apply sunscreen on you, Cal or Gordon, and then turn around and either ask for, hey, can I try your lightsaber? Or, hey, can I swing your crowbar?
Right.
One is awesome. One looks like a psychopath. Let's be real here.
True. Okay. Yeah. And I also think, like, there's the moments after that sunscreen is applied, like you're saying. And then you're, like, standing, you're getting ready to go to the beach, and, like, hey, Cal, you want to go? And we're just going to go hang out on the beach. That would be really fun. And that, I think that feels like a better experience than Gordon Freeman. Yeah.
Not that I think we're pulling too many elements into this, but I think we've already proved our point. Yeah, even besides those new ones that we've made. Like, he has the Force. He has all these things. He even has I'm sure his droid... What is his name? His droid's name? Whatever. I'm sure even that could apply sunscreen for us if you wanted to.
Probably. Yeah, certainly.
BD-12?
Yeah.
BD-8? No, am I thinking of the rolling one? I forget. I don't know. All the robots, I get mixed up with them. You're looking it up.
I was going to, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were. I don't want to push it. I didn't know if you were or not. I thought you were, so I don't want to push that on you.
No. BD1.
BD1. We're all right. I was close.
You were very close. You had the letters. You had the letters down for sure.
All right, and with that, we have our winner is Cal Kestis.
That's right.
When you have the Force, I mean, come on, what like? It's just not really a contest anymore, like. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It just is what it is. I think that hands down, I would think that most storygoers would agree, but. Of course, if you don't, for the last time I will tell you, you can happily write in to talesfromthecartridge@gmail.com. All of those E's in the email are 3s. Let us know what your perspective is. Who should have won? Or if you agree with us that Cal, obviously, should win, let us know what you think. All right? We love validation and we love being challenged in like good ways. So let us know. We'll happily send you a Tales from the Cartridge sticker, whether it's the old ones, it's just the logo, or the new ones that have all the cool like Spotify and Google Podcast and Apple Podcast logos on the bottom of it. We will happily send you one of those as a thank you. So Cal Kestis is our winner for this this character wheel episode of our DLC. Ryan, how do you feel?
I feel great. I feel really good about this. I feel like we made the right choice with the options we had. Now, going into this, you don't know who we're going to get. We have no idea. I think with the choices we had, we picked the best choice.
I agree. And no one with missing appendages. So that
surprisingly.
Surprisingly. Yeah. Well, storygoers, this has been an hour of fun. We hope that you enjoyed it. As always, please, if you think of it and would happily rate us on whatever podcast you listen to, whether it's Spotify or Apple Podcasts. I don't think Google Podcasts or Amazon Podcast rates, but I don't know. But anyway, if you have a platform that you like to use to listen to us and you would happily rate us 5 stars, we'd really appreciate it. It just really does help us feel motivated to continue. Not that we need it, but like it's just really nice to look at the page and like, oh my God, someone rated us 5 stars. It's like, it just feels so good. So if you do that for us, we'd really appreciate it, of course. Again, let us know your perspectives. We'd love to read them on the show, love to talk about them, and I'd love for my perspective to even change. That'd be great. If you think that Diddy Kong should have won and you can give us a good reason, I'm all about it. So, yeah. But anyway, Ryan, is there anything you want to say before we jump off?
No, I hope everybody makes sure when they're going outside they are putting on sunscreen and keeping themselves safe. You may not
PSA.
have the force to help you, but, just ask somebody around or do your best. And some is better than, none. Don't let,
yes.
What is the saying? Perfect be the enemy of something. You know what I mean. Don't do that.
Yeah. Okay. that was the perfect quote to end on, Ryan. For sure. That was really good.
Yeah.
Storygoers, we hope that you're happy and healthy and well. Keep playing those video games, and we will see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.